Welcome. In this video, we will walk you through how to trigger an Insight device using your Rockwell PLC. It is important to note that the steps outlined in this video will be the same for any Insight device that uses Insight Vision Suite software. This video requires that you have already installed the Cognex AOP, configured your Ethernet IP driver in RSLinx, set up your PLC hardware in Studio 5000 Logix Designer, prepared the Insight device for PLC connection, and finally, searched for and added the Insight device to the PLC. If you need assistance with any of these steps, please refer to their videos. Triggering an acquisition from a PLC consists of setting certain control bits and reading status bits. These bits work together to form a four-way handshake to keep the PLC and Vision System in sync. The steps covered in this video are the minimum steps of logic necessary to trigger your Insight camera with the PLC. To begin, make sure that you have the latest version of the Cognex AOP installed. This can be found on the Cognex.com Insight support page. The logic that will be added to the rungs is found in the Ladder Common Logic toolbar. Runs are ladder logic which make up the run routine that is part of the main task scan. It updates with input and output data. There are three main methods used to translate relay control logic to contact symbolic logic. Examine if closed is abbreviated as XIC. Examine if open is abbreviated as XIO, and output energize is abbreviated as OTE. The XIC instruction is one of the fundamental instructions used in ladder logic for the PLC. This instruction is found on the left-hand side of the ladder rung and verifies the specified bit is in a logic high state. The XIO instruction performs the function opposite to the XIC. This instruction is also found on the left-hand side of the ladder rung and will evaluate to true if the specified bit is set to a low state. The OTE instruction looks and acts like a relay coil and is associated with a memory bit. This type of instruction signals the PLC to turn on or turn off the output. Double-click the main routine to open the logic ladder. The main program main routine tab opens with one empty rung. Double-click the OTE instruction to add to the rung. Double-click the question mark to open the drop-down list and select Trigger Enable from the Output Control list. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. Setting this signal allows the Vision System to accept triggers from the PLC, and the Vision System will respond by setting the Trigger Ready status signal high when the Vision System is in the online state. These will be added to the next rung of the ladder logic. Right-click on the first rung and select Add Rung from the flyout list so that we can start to build the trigger sequence. A new rung is added to the ladder. Double-click an XIC instruction to add a trigger ready to the new rung. Double-click the question mark to open the drop-down list and select Trigger Ready from the Input Status list. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. Double-click an XIC instruction to add an Input Status Online to the rung. When the Vision System is set to an online state, it can be enabled to accept triggers from a PLC. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. Double-click the Output Latch instruction to add a control trigger to the rung. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. This will tell the Vision System to start triggering. Right-click on the first rung and select Add Rung from the flyout list so that we can start to build the trigger sequence. A new rung is added to the ladder. Add an XIC instruction to the rung and link it to the Input Status Trigger Act setting. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. This is set to acknowledge a trigger request. This bit does not indicate that an acquisition has been started. On the same rung, add an Output Unlatch instruction and link it to the Output Control Trigger setting. Press the Enter key twice to add the instruction to the rung. On rung 1, add an XIC instruction, double-click the question mark, type trigger in the field, and press the Enter key to accept. You will see an error appear on rung 1. Right-click on the rung and select Verify Rung from the flyout list. The error states that the reference tag is undefined. Right-click on the trigger bit and select New Trigger from the list. The new parameter or tag dialog displays. The data type should be Boolean. Click the Create button. The error message is cleared. On rung 2, we need to unlatch the trigger bit when the trigger is acknowledged. Add an output unlatch instruction. Type trigger in the field and press the Enter key to accept. To add results to the ladder, add a new rung to the ladder. Add an XIC instruction and link it to the Input Status Results Valid setting. On the same rung, add an OTE instruction and link it to the Control Inspection Results ACT setting. The Inspection Results ACT bit is set by the PLC to acknowledge that it has received the current result set. The next set of results is sent to the PLC. Next, download the logic to the PLC. Click the down arrow next to the offline status and select Download from the flyout menu. The download warning box displays. Click Download again. Click the Yes button to change the controller mode back to Remote Run. Notice the green bars on the sides. This means that the logic was run, but the in-sight camera is not online, so it was not successful. Return to In-Sight Vision Suite and click the Online button to put the camera online. To manually trigger the camera, right-click on Trigger in Rung 1 and select Toggle Bit from the flyout menu. You have successfully triggered your camera using the PLC. Move the part in the camera's field of view and repeat this step to manually trigger the camera again. Return to In-Sight Vision Suite and click the Online button to put the camera offline. The steps covered in this video are the minimum steps of logic necessary to trigger your in-sight camera with the PLC. For more information, check out the other videos in the Connecting to the Rockwell PLC series. Thank you for watching.